Hey guys, Ron here with Riding Sun Properties. I'm here in our office in Nagoya, Sakai, rainy day. This next video is a property in Hannan, which is South Osaka. It's like, about an hour away by train in Osaka. Looks like a pretty decent property, but it's a good example of why we have to go to these properties and check them out in person. Some very worrisome foundational damage, as you'll see in the property. We are a licensed real estate agent. Just a reminder, we can help with the entire process from search to close and post sales closing items like utilities, insurance, and tax representation. If you're interested in pursuing a property in Japan, please reach out anytime via email or WhatsApp. Thank you and enjoy the tour. Here we are in the neighborhood of this property in Hannan. Here's the surrounding area. See a cat jump up there. A cat was very curious about me. Became friends with it while I was on the tour here. Here's the front of the home with a small garage. It's 4.3 million yen. That's 27,000 USD. Two-story 5 LDK, 95 square meters, built in 1972, and about a mile walk, 1.5 kilometers from the Hakotsukuri station. It's 20 minutes. 20-minute by walking. Here's the garage. And I think you can fit a car in here if it's a smaller car. Of course, can't be anything too big. The home at first glance doesn't look too bad. I do like the neighborhood. It's quiet. Neighbors were living in homes and were friendly enough to me. They said hello. But as you'll see at the end of the video, it has a lot of structural issues. And this is, of course, why we need to go and view these properties in person to see these kind of issues that they're not going to tell you over the phone or show pictures of online. But for the price, can't really complain too much. Here's the Genkan entrance area. And sliding door that was a bit higher. The kitchen and living room does have shutters. You can see that are shut right now with this air con up in the right hand corner. Got a bit of an island built in the kitchen. Kitchen's a bit smaller. Some people like a larger kitchen. Nice bay windows. Those are always nice to have. Looks dated, but I think it had been updated at some point and looks okay the way it is. Got the heat induction stove. So don't think it needs to immediately be renovated, but you might want to do so later on. Here's a tatami room. Got a little lazy. I don't think I opened up all the shutters because I had quite a few viewings and was running around picking up keys everywhere, so it was a little bit short on time. But with those shutters open, it's going to let a lot more natural light into the room. Tatami is okay the way it is, but can definitely be upgraded at some point. These look a little bit more on the rough side. Second tatami room on the first floor. Excuse me, I got a bit of a scratchy voice today. Might be that kafun show, allergies, which I don't usually have to deal with, but they come once in a while. Couple different angles of this room. Here I'm in this place. Most of the door frames are a bit low. The one in the kitchen is higher, which means it maybe was renovated at some point. Inside, it doesn't look like a bad property at all, but at the end of this video, which I probably have mentioned already, the foundation is very cracked and looks like not something I can really recommend. Looks pretty bad, so you'll see that at the end. These are things I always look for. A little bit soft on the floors, but I think that's just the tatami. So, you know, inside's not bad, but as you'll see, outside looks pretty rough. Continuing the tour into the quote Western style room that has wooden floors. So bit of an odd layout, you know, these more narrow, longer rooms. See these older windows here that are single pane. Rarely find double pane windows in Japan. Although they are double windowed, so I guess that does kind of constitute as double pane. Place you would put your aircon. Has the 200-volt plug-in, so you can get a larger aircon on there to cover more area. Small storage area underneath the stairs. Guess it's obvious what this room is. The toilet room with the stand-up urinal. I don't remember ever seeing those in America, but on these older homes, you do see them here in Japan. I think the way this was built, this is maybe that toilet was added on at some point. The bath and shower area. And you see where the washing machine would go. Definitely would be obstructing the entrance to the shower room. And unless you renovate it and put a really small sink in there, I don't know how you're going to get around that. So that's something to keep in mind. I do see that sometimes in these older homes, just not a lot of room. I'm not sure, just poor planning or, you know, what the deal is with those, but that's how it is. On to the second floor, and it does have a pretty decent balcony with a nice view, especially for the price. I mean, $27,000, that's pretty cheap. See, these windows are also shuttered. I did try to open some of these shutters, and you can see here I did, so let's in a lot more natural light. The shutters were you know, hard to open. I did get them open, of course, but might need to update those at some point. Here's a room with some closet space. This is looking out towards the front of the house. There's a door off to the right, and a second room here with balcony doors. So 2 rooms up here. Don't recall seeing water stains, which is always a good sign. Here's a doorway and sliding doors on to this balcony. See some water sitting there, and I didn't see a drainage on the corner of that. So a bit of a larger balcony. And here's the view. It's kind of hard to see in the video. It's a little bit cloudy, but pretty nice views. You can see the mountains. You're up over the other homes there. Okay, so now on to the outside of the home. There is a small porch area here. Again, most Japanese just use this to dry their clothes on. You see the hanger there. Place where those were once laying down. Looked like they'd been there for a while. But nice to have. See the proximity to the home next to it. covering here and starting to take a look at the foundation. Most of it looked okay, but as you'll see in the back, it's pretty bad. These are the things that we always look for. Start to see some cracking right there. These things make or break a sale. As I said when I was at the property, not something I can really recommend. If it's within your budget and area and you really want it and you're okay with these foundational issues, the decision, of course, in the end is completely up to our clients. We always do our best to consult and point these out. A little bit tight back there, but there's a crack. That one's not too bad. Start to see a little more cracking there. And then this rock was laid up against there, holding that in place, I think is what they were doing. So there's a major crack. So these are the things that you definitely do not want to see in your home. These big gaping cracks like that. So that's a big red flag. Those are things that can't really be fixed. You have to, retrofit the home. And a lot of these things are non-rebuildable if they're on private roads or too close to other homes in the area. So some of these just cannot be fixed, and in my opinion, not worth pursuing. We just have to go to the properties, check them out. Our client was interested in this one, but in the end decided not to pursue it because of those foundational issues. So thank you so much for watching. Reach out anytime if you're interested in purchasing here in Japan.